I'm doing swell. Howdy, howdy, folks. Howdy, howdy. It looks a bit better. The double surgical with no discard spell is not particularly exciting. Hey, thank you for the bit, Steam Plugger. This deck has to be great. The opponent's deck has magic cards in it, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Chat always wants to board in surgicals in every matchup, so we're just skipping that step. And we're starting with the surgicals in the main deck. Let's take a peekaboo what we got going on over here. Oh, is this Storm, chat? Is our opponent playing Storm? It looks like our opponent might be playing Storm, chat. This is what we've prepared for. This is what we've prepared for. We've trained for this very moment. We've prepped and primped and oh baby, just gonna get him. Thanks for the bits, Bob. If we lose, drop the league. Well, I'm gonna take their Desperate Ritual here. And I'm going to hope we hit a land to cast this Fairgrounds Warden next turn. You just want to draw lands for like the next 4 turns, right? This time we really wanted it. All right, so they can remand us here. So an upkeep path here, cut them off of mana. Certainly getting remanded, but this way at least they use the mana on their turn. Alright, so there's the remand. Is that a tasty main deck surgical extraction, chat? I think it might be. I think that might be a tasty main deck surgical extraction. Cast a Gifts Ungiven. Cast a Gifts Ungiven. Tilt. Alright, 7 more turns here. Just the slow beatdown. Slow ride. Take it easy. Man, there are 22 lands in this deck. It's probably actually not enough lands. We're curving to like 5 technically. I mean, the opponent's deck has 17 lands in it, probably, right? Ding. I fully agree with that sentiment. If you watch my Delver videos and watch People Legacy, you'll hear me echo that exact same sentiment. I think a well-built Grixis Delver deck with a good sideboard, meaning a couple of Edicts and some Surgical Extractions, and the Delver player playing well, I don't think Lands is that bad of a matchup. I don't think Lands is a very good Legacy deck. Gifts ungiven, you say? It'd be certainly be a shame if something were to happen to some of these gifts that you're ungiving, opponent. It'd be a darn shame. Come on, just put a grape shot in this pile, opponent. Put a grape shot in this pile for me. I would love for you to put a grape shot in this pile. It's basically all I want out of life. Yeah, basically, Bob. The deck's not very good. Past in Flames and Barrel. I think I could just bin Barrel, bin Past in Flames here. And then once they start getting some mana going, I can Surgical the Past in Flames in response. No, I don't think the Lands deck has a lot of good matchups in Legacy. I think if you, like, people often cite playing the Lands deck because there's a great Grixis Delver matchup, and in my experience, that's not true. Nope, I don't really play Modern. Modern's the only casual format that I play. Although we might give Brawl a try when that starts to take off. Get that on Magic Online and other things. This costs 5 to flashback, right? Alright, so if they cast this puts them to 3, which puts them to 7 mana. Do I think I can get another ritual out of them here? I think I want to just Surgical their Past in Flames here, right? Do I want to just Surgical their Past in Flames? I feel like if I get rid of their Past in Flames here, they probably can't win the game. Like, I could be greedy and, like, try and get more rituals out of them, but, like, they have double Grape Shot in hand. Alright. I don't think we're determined. Are we dead here? They've cast 1, 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will deal. I don't think we're dead here. It's a lot of rituals, though. Oh, right. I should have taken a screenshot of their hand. All right. Do your thing, opponent. If their Manamorphose hits a spell, they could maybe kill us. Yeah, I think we're currently going to 2, which is not dead. Confirmed a different number. I should have taken a picture of their deck too. If one of the subs wants to go back and clip and give me a screenshot of their deck, I'd appreciate that, because Magic Online doesn't do that, and I forgot to use my snipping tool here. It's possible I was supposed to just Surgical on my turn to deny them Storm Count, but that also would have just, like, given them more information, right? I think we're probably dead at this point. It's a shame we don't have another surgical in our hand, because they're probably getting a third grape shot here. This is game one. This is the first game just in. I think we actually might be clunking up and dying to storm here. Yeah, I think we're actually dead. I believe we're dead. Yeah. Yeah, because no matter how I line this up, I could like bin this, but then they go cast. Yeah, we're actually dead. They have double grape shot in their hand. Alright, so path's pretty bad here. Angel of Sanctions is terrible. I'm gonna board this in for pressure. Collective Brutality and Fatal Push are good. Thanks, Marty. Right? Need some surgicals to board in here. It's pretty classic like mid-range wrong half problem, right? Like had a bunch of Fairground Warden, died on the stack, like didn't draw discard spells or surgicals or extirpates. We drew one instead of two. Why would you board out Surgical? Surgical is good against people that are playing Magic cards. And our opponents, all of our opponents in this league are going to be playing Magic cards. Do you not know how Magic works? Why would I board those out? We have like, our deck is like full of build our own everything, right? So I'm just gonna take this grape shot away. Maybe I'm supposed to take the sleight of hand there. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to take the sleight of hand and then Collective Brutality the grape shot. Yeah, we could play Night's Whisper or something like that. So, by waiting to surgical the grape shot, I'm giving my opponent more chances to put copies of grape shot in their hand. Oh, they 100% boarded in goblins against my deck with a bunch of surgicals. Any thoughts on Marshall's video reghosting? It was great. I think it was well put together. I'm just gonna play this and take their lightning bolts here. Usually they have 3 in the main deck, I think. Pyromancer's Ascension. Yep. Yeah, the egg deck yesterday was sweet. I agree. 10 out of 10. Concur. That seemed great. I'm just going to play this Fairgrounds Warden as 1/3. Just like speed up the clock. Put some on a 6 turn. You know, they have 2 rituals in their hand. think I'm just going to take one of the rituals away at this point with Thoughtseize, because if they draw it empty, they're just going to go off with it. So might as well like keep their hand light. We'll take the one that can splice into Arcane there. Just going to stick in. Am I? Takes one turn off the clock, but it still takes a turn off the clock next turn. So I'm just going to pass here in case they draw a creature. The new card is great. Some of the people that played Storm at the Open in Dallas played Ascension on the sideboard. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just Surgical their Grape Shot now, I think. They just bottomed a card they don't want to draw, so shuffling that back into their deck is valuable. Also gives me information on how they've sideboarded. Assume we're going to see 2 copies of Empty here. Yeah, 2 copies of Empty. Take a quick picture so it lasts longer. They boarded down to 2 creatures. There's just 2 Borrels in their deck. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play out this other Fairgrounds Warden, because it puts them on a 4-turn clock. Which is not uncommon for the opponent's deck. Their deck often boards down on creatures against disruption-heavy mid-range decks. Take the ritual away here. No reason not to leave them empty resources. I guess I'll bring in... They have 2 Ascensions. So I want to bring in Disenchant for the 3rd game. Maybe Angel of Sanctions is just what I want. It's more power and it can take out the enchantment or the creature. I think the new Karn is more likely to see play in something like Eldrazi Tron rather than traditional green Tron. Like, Eldrazi Tron struggles to find cards that generate card advantage because it's all colorless, whereas green Tron has a variety of cards that they can play. Yeah, you can usually sequence Pyromancer's Ascension to turn it on through something like a Relic. They both suck against Rest in Peace, obviously. That's really unfortunate. Probably gonna lose this game just due to lack of clock. Really need to draw a Blight Herder. Yeah, in general, the new Karn... Honestly, the new Karn might be applicable in Affinity more than Tron. Like, the fact that it makes artifact tokens that are power into physical number artifacts you control is a big deal. They've already drawn a lot of bricks here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just lose. I think that's true, Jet. Tron generally chews up and spits out the mid-range decks in the format. What are you doing over there? Alright, well, another Collective Brutality is lethal. One more brick. Come on, baby. Brick, baby, brick. Brick, baby, brick. Disco Inferno, do 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 do, beep beep do 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 do. Oh no, we're dead now, do 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 do. Their first doubled up cantrip probably means they're gonna snowball into killing us. I'd say it's 70-30 or better, Jet, in my experience. I do agree that people over-exaggerate, but, like, to say that Tron wins 2/3 of the time or more is probably not unrealistic. Alright, well, I assume we're dead here. They pieces into another pieces here. It's just a 2/4 ground pounder. Doesn't sound particularly good. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I guess their grape shots are gone, right? So, like, they're just gonna make a bunch of goblins. That means I get a redraw here. Yeah, so I could see we have 2 brutalities and 39 cards. Oh, they can just bolt us. Yeah, they have Past in Flames in their deck still, right? Yeah, there's 1 Past in Flames, and they're gonna see pretty much their whole deck. If they find, well, they found a Past in Flames, right? Yeah, they found a Past in Flames. All right, we're dead. They found Past in Flames. They just get to cast Past in Flames, then quad bolt us out of the graveyard. Hey, Ivo the Dredger with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. So thank you for that. Justin, I know you are excited for this. This is probably going to be a quick 03. I mean, we took one of their win conditions. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. For people that don't know what this means, this should mean Goryo's Vengeance. This should mean Goryo's Vengeance. Which means this surgical is gonna be real good. Can we just like play against like 6 graveyard decks? God, how fucking great would that be? So lucky. Oh, man. Oh, man, they've been to through the breach. We are gonna surgical the crap out of these breaches. We are gonna surgical the crap out of these breaches. All right, I'm gonna do it now. Am I? Nah, I'll just wait and draw. Take a draw step. All right, so draw step. I want to draw step surgical. I should wait, right? Yeah, I should wait. If they flashback looting, I'm gonna surgical. Yeah, so I'm gonna surgical the through the breaches in response because I would like them to not discard their second copy. So I want to take away 2 of their 5 cards here in response. Pretty stock stuff here. We do have to be careful because we could, because I burned that surgical there mistakenly, like if they rip Goryo plus Grishoalbrand they could get us, but I think it's worth taking their through the breaches there. Yeah, Blight Herder's our win condition. And a heck of a win condition it is. Are we dead? We could be dead here. Ding, not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Are you dead? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dead on board? D-O-B. For the memes, thank you, Goofy, for the bits. I do appreciate that. Welcome to everyone that's hanging out here today. Just playing some Modern. Oh, they have a shoal that we know about, right? Apparently they didn't keep a thing. All right, Collective Brutality in. This is probably a fine path matchup. Fairgrounds Warden's pretty bad. I'm bringing Gideon as a clock. Angel of Sanctions doesn't really do anything. I'll board in Fulminator Mage, I guess. Path is good because we can path worm off of Through the Breach, which is nice. We could, in fact, Surgical their lands. You're not wrong. I think we mulligan this, right? We have 16 1-mana black cards that are excellent. What's going on, Mariano? Grab a basic swamp here. What you got over there? What you doing? What you got going on, opponent? Kick this Night's Whispers away. Your move, Yugi boy. Assume they're gonna Night's Whispers here, yep. Oh, and just Collective Brutality. Oh, look. Yeah. I'm glad that one is not currently in play. If we get a game 3, we will bring in Disenchant. Take this Through the Breach. Probably on the Extirpate Breach plan again here. Probably on the Extirpate Breach plan. I'm gonna draw a step, Extirpate Breach here in case they draw another one. They have a Demonic Tutor in their deck? Search your library or sideboard for a card, sure. They do have a Faithless Looting in their bin here, so they're going to get to sculpt their hand a little bit. And we'll get to Thoughtseize the next turn. I mean, we do actually need to kill them, right? Like... They're not under any sort of pressure. We're like being really annoying right now. Like, we're being exceedingly annoying, but we know they have, they likely have a spell on their hands. Let's take it away. No, all right, just the worst of beats. Got it. Correct. They can't win if we take... They basically can't win if we take their Gorios away. It's pretty good. Pretty good. They could cast Breach with a Spirit Guide. But I guess if they have Spirit Guide, then they don't have a creature. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, dead in 4, and they need discard. Oh, I was to say they need discard effect plus a fatty plus a thing, but this is a discard effect and it digs for them. There's a Grishoalbrand. We could die here. Man, we're dead, aren't we? Oh yeah. See if they hit a shoal and a worm here. What you got, opponent? What are you thinking? Am I dirt? Am I dirt yet? They can draw down to 8 cards in their deck. If they pitch another shoal, another worm to a shoal, I'll concede. Show me the shoal. I agree. More than likely dead. I agree with that assessment. Alright, this is Agorio's Vengeance for Borby. Good line, good line. Alright, I'm gonna bring in these Disenchants. We don't have a lot of threats as part of our problem. So we have a lot of obnoxious disruption. We don't have a way to clock our opponent while we're obnoxiously disrupting them. Oh, you know what? Angel of Sanctions is what should have come in, right? Angel of Sanctions is able to... Yeah, I should have just put Angel of Sanctions in. Nah, Stone Raining our opponent isn't particularly valuable, so I'd rather have a 3-power creature for 3 mana. Yeah, you got a thing. Enjoy. Yeah, I should have just boarded these in because these take enchantments too, right? Did they keep a no-lander? That would be pretty good for us. They could just be moving the hand size to put a thing in the bin and like going for it on 3. Nope, just kept a no-lander. All right, well, disenchant that one. What'd you keep over there? That is certainly a hand. Huh. What do I take? Is it... I think it's a ritual, right? I think it's ritual or Night's Whisper here. Because they have 3 mana, so like if they draw a mana, I guess Whisper, they need a lot of things, right? They need a lot of things. So I'm going to take the Whisper because it draws them the most things. I like the large testicle, no land, keep on 7 from the opponent though. Just like look me dead in the eyes and then keep the no lander. Your monkey away, go. Aggro's gonna try and choke their mana now. That's funny. Alright, so we're gonna cast my Gideon, get my clock on the table, and then next turn we can start doing stuff. There probably should have been multiple Gideons in this deck. Card just closes really quickly, which is probably a problem that we have. Even in matchups where like these cards are good. Welcome to Chad. Yeah. He closes hard. Alright, let's cast this with Escalate. Now there's no reason to escalate it. What you got over there? What you got over there? I mean, Gideon Ally of Zendikar is just a very good magic card, right? Like, there's a reason why this card saw a lot of play in Standard. Just like does very large amounts of damage. I probably should have taken their shoals away there, but whatever. Excuse me. Whatever. Because, like, if they hit a worm here, they get a bunch more draw steps. They drew a worm. Yep. Alright, let's just extirpate these. Respond to that one, motherfucker. Get him. Respond to that one. Get him. Split second. Nobody move. Get him. Mistakes were made. They should have died last turn. It's fine. Look at that. Victory on the scoreboard. On the scoreboard. No more health for you. Come back in Juania. Try again in the future. Here's hoping. Here's hoping for Dredge. Ain't that the truth? Here's hoping for some Dredge. I'm not sure we can beat Hollowed 1. I guess Fairgrounds Wardens and Angel of Sanctions probably aren't terrible. Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if they print Split Second again. You thought you were gonna 0-3, you just had to believe in the meme. We need Chef. More Chads is like always the answer, right? What did this deck need? It needs more Chads. If we draw some lands here, curving these into this Blight Herder, like, we could have a real chance. Their hand's really terrible, huh? I guess I'm just gonna take this bolt. No blocks. Your Jackal is very menacing. Why even offer me blocks, Magic Online? I have no legal blocks. What a tilt. I just want... They drew another bolt. Man, that's rude. Man, that's rude. And they drew Faithless Looting. Good beats. Good beats. I've been failing at my donation quota. Shame on me. Take my purple pointy things. Thank you, Forgotten Glory, for the bits. I appreciate that. And just like that, they're super in the game. Feeling good. Opponent drew almost running perfects. Had they actually been running perfects, they would have drawn them in the inverse order, right? And we bricked off a little bit here. And go ahead and take their Flame Blade Adept away. I think this is probably a turn too late, especially with them having drawn a second lightning bolt. If they hadn't drawn a second lightning bolt, missing for a turn would have been fine for us, but the second bolt probably puts this out of reach. I think they'll see Goblin Lore here. If they didn't draw a land, I think we'll see them Goblin Lore before they bolt. Interesting. Okay. They just draw the other land naturally. Of course. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. And then next turn they can go lore into Gurmag Angler. This at least blocks well. Like takes a Flameblade Adept off the table, gets in the way of a Bloodghast. We're still taking 6 next turn though, which is quite a bit. Slith 99 with the 3-month 3 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back, Slith. A quarter of a year. I do appreciate that. Professor Knox, thank you very much for the generous host. I do appreciate that. Welcome to folks coming over from Knox's stream. We're hanging out playing some Modern on Magic Online here today. We're playing a black-white mid-range deck, and we're currently playing against Black-Red Hollowed One, which is actually one of the best decks in Modern right now. Black-Red Hollowed One and Humans probably competing for that title. So we know they have a Goblin Lore and a Gurmag Angler. I assume we'll see them lead on the Goblin Lore here. Makes sense to pump this up. Or flashing back Faithful Student. I guess they want to be conservative because they think this Gurmag Angler is going to really win them the game. I guess that's fair. If they really want another Lightning Bolt to kill our Fairground Warden to give them this back. Ideally, we'll draw like running lands here so we can curve another Fairground Warden into a Blight Herder and then like process the 2 things underneath the Fairground Wardens. Hopefully they like bin something like Flamewake Phoenix here, and then we get to draw land and then do a Fairgrounds Warden plus Extirpate next turn. Yeah, you're definitely able to reset while I'm offline. Definitely able to reset while I'm offline. And also there is a grace period too. You don't get kicked out of the Discord server immediately. I believe it's a 7-day window. So Don't feel anxious like you got to get in there and resub as soon as your prime sub lapses. I mean, you can get in there, or your regular sub. You can get in there and resub right away. I do not have to be online for you to subscribe to the channel, but you definitely don't have to feel super obligated to rush because you won't get pushed out right away. The Owl Costume Tournament is this weekend. It's going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They've been Flamewake and Lingering Souls. Interesting. Regular size, Jesse. Thanks for making our beams a reality. Thanks for the 5 months of support. Thanks for re-upping at the tier 3 level, Jesse. Be sure to drop me a line and let me know what you want to see for your donation deck list for the month. Another Faithless Looting is kind of brutal. It's going to push this Flameblade Adept up to a 5-pointer. We get to block this Bloodghast for free, but then we're going to take 7 altogether. So they have a Gurmag Angler in their hand. I really want to draw an untapped land next turn, so that way we can play another Fairgrounds Warden on this dork, and then Extirpate probably the Flamewake Phoenix. Continuing to draw bricks while we die is not a good time. At least these block, I guess. The problem is that these things are just evasive, so I'm not really sure. Like, they're going to get to play Gurmag Angler. Yeah, there probably should have been like 23 or 24 lands in this deck. I'm pretty dead here. Pretty DED. They put enough things in their discard pile for us. I'm going to board these out. Disenchant kills Hollowed One. Fatal Push and Collective Brutality. Look at that. Just clean, easy 8 in, 8 out. I like it. I like it. Had a plan when we built the sideboard. They put plenty of stuff in their discard pile all on their own, so we don't really need discard spells to facilitate our surgicals and our extirpates in this matchup. The problem with Gideon is that we don't really have anything to defend him in the air. So, like, them putting lots of flying pressure into play makes our planeswalkers much worse. No, there isn't really a strict schedule on when I play things. If you donate a large amount of money for a donation deck, I let you dictate when exactly we play it, but for most donation decks, it's just as they accumulate more points, they get played sooner. That is a Blight Herder. That is a Blight Herder. The Twitch Prime sub, what can I do with the donation list? I'd like to vote for a queue or something like that. So all the details on how donation decks work is here. NA, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message in private or ask in chat. I'll try and cover them in chat, but a lot of times, if you're looking for specifics, drop me a line in private. Seems okay. Super exciting, but fine. We don't have any double black cards in our deck, so I could probably just fetch basic planes pretty easily here with this Marsh Flats. If they lead on Flameblade Adept, because it's a 1/2, I'm not going to burn a path on that. I'd rather save that for one of their larger threats. Discord's great. It's like a chat service for the 20th century. I think I'm going to escalate this with 2 modes. I'm going to kill their thing and discard mode on their hand. Bin this Extirpate, I think. Discord is where we get to see the misadventures of Matt Bamonte, right? It's a shame I can't take this Street Wraith, huh? I actually want to take here. It's probably just the Goblin lore, right? They're hoping to like use that to propel them into more stuff. You ever played Dota or games like it? It seems like the type of strategy game I would enjoy. I played the original Dota on Warcraft 3 as a mod. When it was a Warcraft 3 mod. Bomberman is miserable to execute on Magic Online. It's just very click intensive. Next turn, we can play this Tidehollow Sculler and take their Lingering Souls away here, hopefully. Oh, I guess... Huh. I guess they just get to Fatal Push this, huh? I guess that means I'm just taking the push. I'm just going to take the push away. If we had better threats in our deck, we could wait, but we really don't. Now we're just going to kind of flounder here. Hopefully they play Flamewake so we get a clean path target, but if they just cast Lingering Souls here like they probably should, we're going to be just kind of floundering around without any other action here. Sweet. God bless. So, Tidehollow Sculler is templated differently than things like Kitesail Freebooter. If you push a Tidehollow Sculler in response to the trigger, you permanently lose the card that it exiles. Sir Goldmane, a Japanese professional actually 6-2'd the Mox monthly with a build of fairies. I don't know if it's particularly good, because he's definitely much better than most of the people he played against, but, you know, fairies probably an okay tier 2.5 deck in Modern in general. Was it Shota? I didn't want to say a name because I didn't remember 100%. We're just gonna die in the air here, right? Yeah, it's templated identical to Mesmeric Fiend. We need to draw another threat here. Alright. I mean, this lets us attack at least, right? Get to exile Spirit here and then smash them for 4. We're gonna crack for 3 here, down to... No, okay, they're being conservative this time. I guess that makes sense. Guess I'll just poke them with this. They run the triple block. We fatal push one and eat the other. Okay, they're on a 6. This is probably the 5 mana 4/4. This deck is so incredibly fair. Just 5 mana 4/4s and 3 mana 2/2 flyers. Really want an Angel of Sanctions here, right? It like deals with the Flame Wake and gives us a good board presence. Another land is pretty good. Hazoret. Opponent's build is kind of sweet. I really like the inclusion of Lingering Souls in their deck. Seems really powerful. Probably drawing pretty cold at this point. Kind of surprised they're not pressuring with the hollowed one. If we wanted to like double block or something, that'd be really good for them. Justin, this deck building challenge isn't particularly good or exciting. I feel like I'm gonna ask you to change your other one to something else. Your round 2. Ooh, that was not the button I wanted to slide. Yeah, keep this. Deal. Yeah, you could only have 3 badges, Justin. You can only have 3 badges, and you have a sword, a bit badge, and a subscriber badge currently. Yep. Wow. That's fucking bold. Just the old blind down tick and get lucky and hit. Let's play a real deck. I don't really... This deck's stupid. We can't Extirpate the Trekker because the Tidehollow is going to exile it. I'm sorry, Justin. I thought about this deck building challenge for a little while, and they're just like... These cards aren't... That's why it's a meme. The meme of always board in Surgical Extraction is a meme because these cards actually aren't very good against most decks in Modern. So... Yeah, let's play Magic decks that actually have a plan.